up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Meg, and today we are doing a get ready with me Instagram style. Every week on my Instagram, I'm doing a light version and dark version of a theme, and today's theme is Mother Earth, kind of a living Mother Earth and dying Mother Earth as a reminder to take care of the earth that we have, and slight Moana inspiration with Te Fiti and Te Kā. If you're interested in the darker version, the timestamp for that is listed right here, but otherwise, let's get started and do the damn thing. So I already have my base on, and I am using a lot of Morphe and NYX products in this video to show you guys that once again you can achieve Halloween looks on a budget. So I am using the matte dark green color in the Jaclyn Hill palette and using that as my contour. And then I'm going to dip into the 12P palette by Morphe as well. And I'm going to take the lime green shade and I'm just going to use that as a highlight. You're gonna look pretty Shrek-like by the time we have our base with these two different green colors done, but it's okay, it'll all work out. I'm also gonna take those two colors and bring it down my neck to tie everything together. I do think that shade and light plays a huge difference in making a look flat and making it actual dimensional and kind of having it come to life. So again, I am taking a highlight and I'm highlighting the crap out of my face. I'm using my Orfra and Nikkie Cosmetics Glazed Donut Highlight. I'm just really going to focus on blending that into my skin. Going back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, I am taking a transition shade like Silk Cream is what I believe I use because that's what I always use. This isn't super necessary, but it does sort of help blend your darker shadows out. And I am going to go back into that matte dark green color in the palette. I think it's called Enchanted, that, or that's what the shimmery green one is. It's the matte one that I use, and I'm just going to focus that heavily into my crease, and I'm really going to build it up into a pointy, lifted angle V shape in the outer corner. I took the matte green color from the Jaclyn Hill palette and put it close to my lash line, and here I'm just blending it out with a true green that's in the Morphe 12P. To highlight under my brow bone, I'm going to take the lime green from the 12P palette, and then I'm going to go back into the matte green from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to put that on 3/4 of my lid. I'm going to leave the inner corner open where I am going to place the lime green shadow. You guys are going to hate me because I did part of this look off camera because I needed to charge it, but this is the mascara one that I use to get the splatters on my face. I have a bunch of these. They're just disposable mascara ones. I got them on Amazon. I used my NYX Pear Colored Mascara, and I just dotted that along my face. Kind of like in the areas that I highlighted is where I dotted that. And I really love the effect it gave in the inner corner of my eyes because I also brought it up on my lid space. And then for my brows, I just exaggerated brow strokes using my Dip Brow by Anastasia in Taupe. And I also have my Ardell Wispy lashes on. And now we are going to go ahead and get into the rest of the look with my special NYX white liner brush. As I mentioned in my last video, I added water to this because it was so dried out and now the brush is starting to fray apart. So my idea to tie more Te Fiti and Mother Earth-like vibes into this look would be to add actual vines on my face. So I thought it would be cool to add that in the areas that I contoured, and then I also wanted to give myself, not necessarily a crown, but I guess that's what we can call it, a little vine crown. So I'm just laying that down with the white eyeliner. This wasn't really necessary. If you have like a green liner or even a black liquid liner, that would work as well because we're about to cover it up. So I just went ahead and used green liner, and then I just brushed at an angle to get it to look vine-like. And this is the NYX Vivid Liner in Envy. So here is a close-up of me adding that to the look. I almost wish I used black or something instead of white because I didn't like how much of the white was peeking through. But you can be really artistic with this, and it doesn't need to be perfect, and you just kind of wing it, and that's the fun in these Halloween looks and these more abstract looks that I love to do on Instagram, is that I somewhat have a plan of what I'm doing, but the fun is just making it up as you go along. And sometimes I need to really force myself to do these looks because I can be too much of a perfectionist and I just need to let go more. And this is a great reminder for me to do that. And here you guys can also just see the details of the speckling that I did with that colored mascara. And I would also like to take a second to appreciate the brows because I was so obsessed with how they turned out. I kind of wish I could walk around with them like that every day. And there I am trying to cover up some of the white because I didn't like how thick that white line was. So like I said, it's all about improvise and just going with it. So of course you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I just dabbed on some of that lime green color onto my lips and I'm putting glazed donut on top of that. And I decided to tie in the vine look to my lips, and then I also feathered on some vine-like brush strokes to my lips to finish the look off. Oh hey self, yeah, you were just totally out of frame, good job. So ta-da, I totally need to invest in a monitor and then maybe I'll realize when I'm not in frame. And here is a finished look for this Mother Earth, the lighter version / Tafiti / Takad look. I really hope you guys like this. I'm so obsessed with how this came out. I did a different lighter version and hated it, so I'm so glad I took the time to go back and come up with this look instead. It's probably my favorite out of the whole month of looks that I've done. So let's go ahead and get into Taka. On to look 2. So again, base is already done. And I really wanted to go for more like warrior princess vibes in here. So that's kind of what the inspiration for the darker / dying Mother Earth, as dark as that sounds, but that's totally where I was going with this theme. I really wanted to have like a vibrant and bright, like lively Mother Earth, and then one that is kind of dying. I know it sounds totally morbid, but I'm just really happy with this theme in general. So I'm, again, so sorry using the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe / not sorry because it's amazing. So I'm just taking Abyss, which is a matte black, and I'm just mapping out this warrior shape that I want under my eyes. So I'm going pretty far below my lower lash line, and then it's going to come to a point in my inner corner, and it's also going to round out and come up to a point in the outer corner. And I think at this point it's easier for you to just watch what I'm doing and just see how this goes. I do have a heavy contour on just because I really wanted that to stand out in this look. I didn't want the darkness in the eyes to drown out the other features of my face. So I'm just kind of feeling around my bone structure right now in my eyes to see where I want this shape to go. And then I'm going to completely fill it in with the matte black Abyss shadow from the Jaclyn Hill palette. Here is the more artsy and more creatively fun part of the look. I'm just going to continue on with the Abyss shadow. And I'm just going to use a fluffy brush here, a blending brush, to mostly apply this to my face. I wanted to exaggerate the eye area a teensy bit more. And then I'm also going to just apply this kind of just all over. It's, again, better for you guys to see what I'm doing than me sitting here trying to explain it. I really just wanted this to be messy and just look like it was thrown onto my face. And going and using the fluffy brush is going to give it less precise effect and more of a blended, faded look. I did want some kind of neutral base on my lips, so I am taking the shade No Shade. This is Dose of Colors collab with Desi and Katie. I do have a review link above and below. And I'm just going to go ahead and smudge shadow on top of this. Now that we got the warrior aspect and the Taka elements into this look, I really wanted to tie it back into Mother Earth. So I am taking Diva from the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is a frosty forest green color, and it worked perfectly for this look. I'm just kind of taking this and going over the areas where we placed Abyss, and it's just going to bring some life and some green back into the look. Now it's time to go ahead and get into the details. So I'm going to go back into Abyss on an angled brush, and you can see I'm just sort of extending lines from that base on our eyes. And then I'm gonna, you know, extend this up, and then what I like to describe as tree branches, I'm going to add sort of little cracks and branches off of those main lines to add some dimension to this look. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to do this on my forehead. I'm going to add some details to my nose and around my mouth. And I'm also going to go ahead and tie in the black and green shadows down my neck. I didn't really mean for this week's theme to have such a Moana theme inspired behind it, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I just really like the idea of this theme in general, of like a lively Mother Earth and a dying Mother Earth, because it's just another reminder for us to appreciate what we have and to make sure that we're taking care of the earth that we are living on. So here is the final look for the Taka dying earth aspect of this week's theme. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.